Hello, everybody. How's it going? We're going to talk about crimes against women today and why a majority of them are never taken seriously. When even a young girl, teen, adult woman comes forth and states that she was touched inappropriately by someone, which is either molestation, sexual assault, rape, etc. There have been times women are not believed by their own parents, teachers, pastors, people in authority. In one of the shows, a series I watched, I think it was called Unbelievable, a girl that was raped in her apartment. She went on to tell, and she was mocked by some male police officers. And it wasn't until two female police officers or detectives took on the case and found out she wasn't just one, but many women who had been attacked by a serial rapist. And a lot of times, it's a lot of us think we don't want to believe it happened, and it's so hard to grasp unless you've been in that situation. And a lot of people say, what was she wearing? Was she sober? Was she drunk? And this, I'm talking about adult women. Children, you think, well, it's even possible that they were touched by so and so. And, because sometimes it's a guy that does not look like a pedophile. And so in my situation, what happened firsthand, I served in the military. I was harassed every single day by men and women, various soldiers. And then I was a medic, served alongside males and females of all different races. And I was in the shower, female latrine, looked up, and there was a male medic standing in the bathroom watching me shower. And I screamed. He eventually sauntered out. I told, and nothing happened to him. There was not an investigation. He got out with an honorable discharge. Subsequent, or after that, I was harassed every single day. And the military did nothing about it. We didn't have cameras in the barracks back in the 90s. And so then when I was raped, it was off post. It was in an apartment in Lakewood, Washington. And I did not tell. Why? Because I knew they wouldn't take me seriously. And a lot of times, victims of sexual violence are never believed. There have been cases of children telling their parents, so and so touched me, and the parents years ago would say, oh, we're not going to talk about it. My best friend in high school was assaulted by her stepfather. And then he was inappropriate in front of me. And I went to the police. And her mom, and then he was asked to leave the house, and come to find out, he had forced her to perform certain acts on him. And after my report was filed, I went to her house, talked to her mom, and her mom said, please don't do anything. He's moved out and he won't be back. And I said, okay, that's fine, because I loved and respected her mom. And what would you know? Within a couple of weeks, he was back, and I wasn't allowed back over. So when people say, why don't you just tell? We do. But nothing's done about it. And so it took me 20 plus years to come forward to tell the police my story. And they knew I was telling the truth because I gave an exact outline of the place the rape had occurred. And not only that, I wasn't his only victim. He had served time for another. So, anyways, women are never believed. Crimes against women are rarely taken seriously. And we know that. And people say, why don't you come forward? Why didn't you tell? That's why. So, anyways, if this has happened to you, tell, talk. because you're going to find someone like me who's been there and who's done that, who's been through the system, who sat in a courtroom and faced her assailant. And she will walk you through it. I will walk you through it. We have to do this. Why? Because we are not the only. We are not the first. We are not the last. They keep going. And it takes us to stop them. So, anyways, that's all I've got. I hope you all have a great day. And I will be back.